welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be discussing something very personal. We'll be talking about something very personal, something I was confused about for a long time, something that I think most of us still struggle with. I'll be sharing my own experience, but we'll also be learning from other people's experience. So let's get to it. Today I'll be talking about purpose, what it really means, and how to find your purpose, just in case you haven't found yours. And purpose is one thing I think we still have a hard time trying to find a balance on. And for the longest time, I've always believed that purpose means passion. You know how people tell you to do what you love, just do what makes you happy, do what you're good at. And honestly, that was what I was doing in the past. And the thing about it is that it kept changing. A season I'm good at this, the next season I'm good at this. So I was just everywhere. I was scattered. I was doing what I thought was my purpose. And honestly, this is not a new struggle. There are various stories in the Bible, stories of people in the Bible who also had a hard time trying to figure out what they were meant to do on earth. Take Moses for example, a man who spent over 40 years in the wilderness, who felt like a total failure. He had a past he was ashamed of, no big titles, nothing. And by the world standard, we would say he had nothing. But God wasn't done. Purpose found Moses at the burning bush when he least expected it. And believe me, that man led an entire nation to freedom. Or look at Esther, an orphan girl. She had no plans, no agenda. She became queen, and for the longest time, I believed she had a hard time understanding why. Not until that moment came, in the kingdom where there was a need, and our uncle said those famous words. Who knows whether you're in the kingdom for such a time like this? And then there's Apostle Paul. He thought he knew his purpose, but it was completely wrong. He had to take God to encounter him on the road to Damascus so he could get things right. The very thing he thought he was doing for God was actually the opposite. And the pattern is the same every time. Purpose is not something that you find out on your own. Purpose is not something that you discover on your own. God helps you find purpose. He reveals it to you in His own time, in His own way. And I remember many of those conversations that I had with my mentor about purpose. He explained it so well that it felt as if I haven't heard it before. It is something that I've heard before, but I never fully understood. And then I came across a book, The Purpose Driven Life, and the author made me understand that you cannot fully understand the purpose of a thing by just staring at it. You need a manual in order for you to know how to operate it and how to go about it. And it's the same thing with us human beings. God created us, God made us, and He knows how best we can function. And after those many conversations, after reading the book and many other books too, I started, seeking a relationship with God. I started getting to know Him, not just church attendance thing, but I had a real relationship with God. And I want to say one thing here before I continue. The best way, or would I say the best way I know for you to find your purpose is through revelation. When God reveals to you, it might not be a dramatic thing that someone appeared to you or you heard a voice or something. By the time you have a close and genuine relationship with God, He start revealing things about you that you don't even know. So here's what I've learned. Purpose is not your career. Purpose is not your job. Purpose is not your passion. Purpose is your why. It is the exact reason why God created you. It is the exact reason why God placed you in that country that you are. It is the exact reason why why God allowed you come through that family that you are in. And for a believer, for a Christian, purpose usually comes down to two things. The first one is glorifying God with your life. You have to glorify God with your life. And the second one, serving people with your gifts. Now, I am not disputing the place of your career, your job, your skills, your passion, and all, but those are not your why, they are your how. They are just like vehicles that will help you to arrive at your destination. That is why you should know that your how can change 100 times. Your job can change, your career can change, what you are good at can change, but your why is something that remains constant. It doesn't change. So if you're watching this and you're still searching, I want to say to you, stop trying to figure life out by yourself. Get close to God because purpose flows out of relationship relationship with God. The closer you get to Him, the clearer everything else becomes. Moses found his purpose in a desert. Esther found it in a palace. I found mine in a conversation that I had, and that also led me back to God. The same is for you. You can find it anywhere, but the source is always the same, from God. If this resonated with you, I would please want you to share it with someone, share it with as much people as you can. I also want you to leave a comment. I want to know where you are on your own journey. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do, because we still have conversations like this coming up. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.